It's 7:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The Rural Fire Service is mourning the loss of one of its own today after a volunteer firefighter died while battling the bushfire at Stanford Merthyr. The 48-year-old deputy captain suffered a suspected heart attack last night. Fellow volunteers used a defibrillator to try to revive him before paramedics arrived, but he later died in the John Hunter Hospital. Emergency Services Minister David Elliott says it's a tragic reminder about the dangers faced by Rural Fire Service members.
The Rural Fire Service is in mourning this morning as we've hearing of the loss of a very cherished deputy captain in the Hunter Valley. The government has offered our condolences to both the family and, of course, the broader firefighting community.
Crews have worked through the night to bring the Stanford Merthyr fire under control. It's burnt through 58 hectares and isolated bush near the Hunter Expressway, which is open in both directions this morning. Light rain early this morning has helped fire crews. The fire broke containment lines when the southerly change hit yesterday afternoon, but firefighters managed to get the upper hand within half an hour. 1.5 billion litres of drinking water from the Tomago sandbeds has been ruled off limits due to the contamination concerns at the Williamtown RAF base. Hunter Water has been forced to shut down 3 of its pumping stations, which sit in the red zone. Interim CEO Jeremy Barth is calling on the Defence Department to move quickly to remediate the Tomago sandbeds so the water can be declared safe to drink. The state opposition has issued a please explain over the government's draft plan for the Hunter City. Labor says the 20-year blueprint lacks detail and a coherent long-term strategy for the Hunter when it comes to future education, health and infrastructure. Shadow Hunter Minister Jodie Harrison says the community needs to cast a critical eye over the plans.
Well, I think there needs to be more detail in it. Over the next few months it's on exhibition. I'm certainly encouraging the community to have a really good look at it and to be part of developing that further detail. It is an opportunity for the community to have good input into what the Hunter is going to look like in the future.
Police have received new clues in the poisoning death of Singleton toddler Jordan Thompson 10 years ago. The Daily Telegraph says detectives have been given information from several people in recent weeks since a $100,000 reward was offered. A new inquest will start on Monday in the hope of uncovering what really happened to the 21-month-old, who died after being given a lethal dose of antidepressants while in the care of his mother's then boyfriend. Urban Growth New South Wales has received plenty of suggestions about the future use of Newcastle's heritage train station building. Around 11,000 people have taken part in community engagement through social media and online, with suggestions including a new art gallery, hotel and aquatic centre. Planning Minister Rob Stokes says it's an important process which will help determine the most appropriate reuse of the building.
Certainly Urban Growth has been engaged in a long process of consultation with the community to actually understand, it's the city belongs to its citizens. It's up to them to shape what they want to see for the future of their city.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club.
The Newcastle Jets are preparing for a tough match tomorrow night when they host competition frontrunners Brisbane Roar. Coach Scott Miller says despite his squad's improved performance, coming up against Brisbane will be a challenge.
They're a good squad and I think they've been a good squad for a number of years. They're very structurally sound and they've got a great understanding with each other in terms of relationships. So it's us being very clear in when and how we pass on players.
Former Newcastle Ironwoman Eliza Smith is set to make her National Series debut this weekend. The 22-year-old earned a place as a wild card in the series after Emma Dick withdrew due to illness. Smith will be up against Australia's elites surf athletes, including Liz Plumers and Courtney Hancock. And in racing, Maitland trainer driver Darren Elder will be looking to drive Shannon Zablast to victory when the $1.8 million Intimate Dominion Series kicks off tonight at Gloucester Park. That's sport. I'm Georgia Moylan.
2 NURFM News Time 26 to 8.